Perseverance pays off. It certainly does.
Does it really? Do you think it really does?
I think in most cases it does, unless you're really, not, I don't know.
Whether you're not really, it's not something that's right for you.
Yes,
you mean?
exactly.
Yes. So there's no point persevering with something that's not really, it's not instinctively right for you, and you know that. But if it's something that is right for you and you've got that gut feeling, definitely persevere.
So that's what we're going to be talking about in this week's episode of Get Real with the English Sisters. If you enjoy this podcast, please do follow the show and take a moment to leave a comment and to leave a review. Thank you so much. We are persevering with this message of asking you to follow us and leave a review, because you know what? It really does make a difference to the show. So we won't tire of telling you, please, wherever you are in the world, just pop over and leave a review.
And subscribe and leave a review.
It makes us grow, doesn't it?
It makes us grow for sure, definitely.
And it makes us able to continue and...
to produce the show.
Exactly.
Right, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty about perseverance.
I think if you set a goal and you persevere with it, whether it's a personal goal or something that you're learning or you're doing a task.
Yeah.
If you persevere, it's never going to be an easy, nothing worth doing is that easy, I don't think.
Oh, I see where you're going. I didn't get it. You mean it may be full of challenges, but it's going to be the more rewarding because of that. So if your objective is you've set the goal to get into great shape or to, I don't know, repaint the whole house, it's not going to be easy.
No, it's going to take a lot of work and
It's going to take work, whether it's getting into shape, you're going to have to look at nutrition, working out, etc. Or whether it's actually physically going to start painting the whole house. That's not going to be easy either. But it's going to be rewarding.
Yes.
There are going to be so many challenges and, but it will be rewarding in the end. And I personally thrive on challenges like that.
Well,
I quite like them.
At the end, once you've persevered and you've been through all those challenges or whatever the difficulties,
satisfaction is immense.
There's satisfaction. I did it. Oh my gosh, I did it. I got there. Whether it's running a 5K or a fitness goal or a study goal,
business goal,
whatever it is, it's just so worth it.
It is so worth it. And
they say there is that saying where most people give up just when they're about to make it.
Yeah, gosh. You've got to...
And how many students, when I'm thinking give up in their final year, they just had enough and they just abandon their studies as well because they're just burnt out. They just can't cope with it.
Yeah, that is such a shame, really, especially, because we are anxiety therapists. We do understand that there may be a time when it's not healthy for you to persevere. So that's a different kind of...
No, but I also think it's the way they look at it, because they might think, I can't do it now and I'm not, I'm not able to. But you might be able to take a few months off or, take a break and then,
if that's possible,
carry on with
definitely.
your persevering into getting what you wanted to in the first place.
Yeah.
Because I think there's nothing sadder than looking back at your life and thinking, I should have done that.
No, regret is never a good one to have in your heart. No, definitely not.
So I think if you are in that situation, you can maybe future pace yourself and then say, if in a year's time, imagine I finished my studies and then I look back on myself, if I hadn't done that, would I still be as pleased with myself as I am now, as if I'd persevered in that?
Yeah, I know where you're getting. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, as far as studies and university is concerned, I think there is a great big part of it is perseverance, and you have to have the resilience to do that, though. And you have to be able to be in a calm mindset as well, even though I know it might be a bit tricky. But yeah, there are some tools and some tricks to get through those phases in your life when you feel like you're just about to give up and throw the sponge and say, no, I can't handle it. A lot of the time it's your teammates as well and your friends and, that come and help you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They can come and help.
They can come and
but
knock on the door.
only if you let them in and you tell them what's going on.
Yeah. I remember because I was thinking years ago when I was an air hostess and I had to do all the exams. I mean, I know it sounds like it's nothing compared to university, but it was in a different language because I'd applied to Alitalia, which is the Italian airline. And I had to get through all these exams and there was this technical exam. I didn't really want to persevere and I didn't really want to bother. I don't know. I just given up. So I said to all the little classmates, I said, right, that's it. I'm not coming in tomorrow. I don't think this is a path for me. I'm not bothered. And then I found them all. They all came around in the evening. I was so touched by that because I lived quite far away from where the actual, the conferences were going on and we were doing the studies. And not all of them came, but 5 people came and said, come on, Yutka, we'll help you study. You're not giving up on this. You're coming tomorrow. Let's do it together. And they helped me through it and I did it. And I thought, gosh, I don't think I've ever had an experience like that before.
No.
So I was so surprised. I thought, all right, guys, I mean, you seem to care so much.
So they were persevering on your behalf, which was really
because
sweet.
At that point, I wasn't even convinced. I thought, well, I don't even know. I mean, the job opportunity sort of fell on my lap because I spoke English, etc. And it was a time when they were hiring. And I thought, okay, but I'm glad I did it. And I'm glad they persevered for me because it did give me a chance to see the world and to experience that kind of...
you had so many valuable experiences from it.
I learned so much from, being in that kind of job. So definitely.
Well, that's interesting because that's when you weren't persevering, but they persevered for you. So you can have
that's what I mean, like the team. It's like your... the people that are cheer you on, the cheerleaders. Yeah. I think you need people like that in your group, in your team.
To have a support network.
Yeah, your friends that say, come on, you can do it. It's like, yes. And then your perseverance isn't just your own, but it comes from a group of people that are there for you.
That's really lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, and a lot of the time it's not like that though, and you just have to get
sometimes
that grit
you just
within
have
you.
to grit, especially nowadays when so many people work remotely. You have to have that your own internal perseverance and saying, "Come on, just keep going, keep going."
Do you think resilience is the same as perseverance?
That's a tricky one.
Yeah, because it's the resilience, I think.
I don't know about that one.
I think
you put me on the spot then.
No, yeah, because we've spoken a lot about resilience. I think resilience
is different to perseverance. I think.
I think
resilience would have been in that case where you had given up. Say you were giving up and your teammates didn't come round. The resilience would have been say, okay, I'm giving up now, but I'm going to find something else that's going to be suitable for me. And I'm just going to, this didn't work out and I'm just going to get on and move on and do something else.
Be resilient, in the mind.
In your own self, you would be resilient to carry on and, get up and stand up again. And
bounce back up.
Bounce back up and go on.
Yeah, I think that is the fundamental difference between resilience is coming... It's like a thought process. It's more mental. It comes from within. Whether it's the act of persevering is an actual physical act where you have to you persevere by doing something physical. Yeah. So they're both very
physical or mental. It could be mental perseverance as well because you could.
But normally,
an exam that you're using your mind for.
Yeah, but you have to go. You have to log into the exam. Do you know what I mean? You're actually persevering by taking an action. Yeah, you're kind of like... they're both...
Yes, they're very
same.
Very same. I don't think we have to go into the nitty-gritty of each one.
No. I think both of them are equally, yes. If you have the resilience within you and you have the act to persevere.
I don't think we have to persevere with that.
No. No, we don't. But yeah, in general, I think that, where would the world be today
Well, no one.
without
Look at the light bulb.
perseverance?
He
Exactly.
gave up. It was 100 times, a million times. The radio,
Yeah,
how many
Edison,
times was it rejected?
Exactly.
The famous Harry Potter, how many times was that had gone down the drain?
Yeah, where would we
What
be?
about Van Gogh? He persisted all his life with it. His paintings. He only sold one painting, but now he's recognised. I mean, he'll go down and live in history forever and ever.
Forever and ever,
He'll
absolutely.
never be forgotten.
Yeah, that's a shame, though, isn't it?
That is a shame.
Yeah. Oh, I would like to rewrite that and let him see today.
Would be nice.
Oh.
But it also goes to show, I mean, that's also a lesson with Van Gogh, because he never got any appreciation.
He just
when
had to
he
do
was
his own
alive,
art. Yeah.
But he must have had some satisfaction from doing his own art, and he felt as if that's what he needed to do for humanity. And he left that wonderful gift for all of us. So it doesn't always have to be instant gratification either. If you persevere in something, it doesn't mean you have to have instant gratification after 10 years or whatever you've been doing.
Yeah, long
It could be just a
time.
thing that you do for selfless reasons, because you know it will benefit someone else.
Absolutely. You persevere at something for selfish reasons.
Selfless.
That was put my foot in it there, for selfish reasons. For selfless reasons, right.
A lot
that
of the times
makes
it
sense.
is selfish, if you want to put it so. Even though selfish, I think, is good because it's just for yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't think there is either. Yeah, but yes, I see what you mean there. I mean, various studies have shown that perseverance is an essential quality for success in life. This is
There you
Duckworth
go.
study 2016.
Yes, Angela Duckworth.
Yeah, it often tops aptitude and raw talent.
There you
So,
go.
yeah.
Yes, a lot of people that aren't actually that talented, but
Yeah,
they persevere,
they
they
persevere.
keep going, they'll get there in the end. Yeah, it's funny.
It's our
I mean, it's
ability to
curious.
stick with our tasks day after day and our goals and our passions is vital. Persevering entails effort and practice. Sometimes it says it's called grit.
Grit and discipline.
Well, I don't know about discipline, but yeah, it definitely entails
It
discipline.
involves discipline to keep going.
Absolutely. You need that discipline. You need to be able to get up in the morning and say, right, I'm going to go and do that. Is it discipline, or is it just like a drive that's in you?
But
It's also
I think those are
discipline.
intertwined as well, because you
Yeah.
have to be disciplined to have that drive.
Yeah.
Unless it's just every now and again you do it, I suppose, but it's still kind of a discipline. You have to keep going.
You do have to keep on going, yeah, even if it's raining outside,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Sometimes you'll want to keep going because when things are going quite well for you, you'll think, oh, this is good, and you get the adrenaline shot. But then other times when
Yeah,
it's not going as well,
No.
you'll think, no, I want to give up. I don't want to do this anymore. Why am I doing this? You'll ask yourself
Self-doubt,
all
yeah.
these questions about why and what for. You know, we're all going to die anyway.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
That kind of mentality. And then you think, oh, there's no point. And then
Well, I think probably it's okay to have those days
it's
or
okay.
those moments
It's okay
and
to
realise
have,
that
exactly, because I think that's what will
This
happen.
too will
Some
pass,
days that
yeah.
you will have, exactly. You can't go through this
You might
journey
cry and think, I
without
can't
having-
handle it.
yes.
Yeah, I'm going to give up. I can't do this. And why am I doing this?
Yeah,
and I'm
but then
sure
the
many of
next
you out
day,
there.
You'll
yeah.
get up and you'll persevere, and you'll just know that you
Yes.
have to do it.
Well, it's like it comes from within, doesn't it?
It comes from maybe that you feel as if it comes from self-esteem, that you feel you're worthy enough to be able to carry this out and do it. To
I think
show
you're
your
right.
true worth.
Yeah. And I think everyone knows what perseverance is.
Oh, exactly.
Because we've all experienced it in our lives. and
Well,
we
if you
all
think
know.
of a little baby that perseveres in walking, how hard
That's
is it? How
exactly-
many times do they cry when they fall over and they hurt themselves?
topple down, but it's something that they know.
innate.
It's innate, yeah. So I think it is innate in all of us to persevere,
Yes.
to persevere in what we need to do, to persevere in our goals, to find, I don't know, I was going to say meaning in life, but or even just to find food. Like if we go back in the olden time, it was just to persevere in putting a meal on the table.
Even now it could be like that,
yeah,
unfortunately.
exactly.
In many situations, it's still like that today, but...
I meant like when we were hunters and gatherers, but definitely like that today. You mean like you have to go to work to put food on the table? Absolutely. It's definitely like that today. So you're persevering for the ultimate goal is to feed your family, to feed yourself. Obviously, that they're rewarding in the end, aren't they?
Well, yeah.
That's a lot of satisfaction. And just about anything, really, you need to persevere.
I don't know why I'm thinking about milk.
Milk?
Yeah. Maybe I need to get some.
Really? Uh-huh. You need to go and buy some milk and you don't want to buy it?
No, I was thinking about those old-fashioned milkmen that used to come round.
Oh, yeah.
When we were tiny.
That was so cute.
I suppose it's because they had to get up so early in the morning to deliver their milk, but they were so proud of it. Do you remember how proud they were?
Well, I remember
so happy.
they were very happy. Well, our milkman was a jolly fellow. He had a little car and, and then what you did is you would get your milk.
In
Makes
bottles.
us sound ancient, yeah.
Well, we were tiny.
We were
let's be
tiny,
fair.
yeah, in glass bottles. And each of the bottles had different colour aluminium lids. So you would have the silver
The
top.
full fat and
The full fat, yeah. And then you would just leave the money in the milk bottle. Didn't Mum used to leave the money in the glass bottle?
Not in the glass, underneath or something.
Oh.
Once a week.
Right, yeah. That was such a
Something
handy
like that.
service.
But then afterwards it was really good because it was total recycling, and we actually had the milk factory down the road, which we used to see all the little bottles go on the conveyor belt as they used to get washed. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do. That was total recycling. Yeah.
And because when you finish your milk, you put it back in the
They should bring
like
that
a little
back now.
6-pack, a little metal like basket. You'd put all your little bottles in there.
You'd rinse them out and put them back in,
Yeah.
and the milkman would take them away and give you a whole new little
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah, the next day, depending on how
It'd be
many
fresh
you
milk every
ordered.
day.
And it was also a sign, like you would know if there was like the next
Anything
door
is,
neighbour.
you would know if there's someone was on holiday because the milk wouldn't be there.
Yeah, or you would know if they weren't well because they wouldn't take the milk.
Yeah.
I remember Mum once saying, "Oh, the lady might not be well. She hasn't opened her door to collect her little milk bottle." She went knocking on the door.
Exactly.
So I mean, that was a nice, obviously, they could be seen in two different ways. It was useful, but it could also be like a sign. Oh, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, they're not there. Go and rob their house. Is that what you mean? Yeah.
They were nicer, calmer times.
It was
obviously.
it was calm. Yeah, we're talking about the
We're
70s.
talking about the days when you didn't have to shut your front door, your back door. You used to
Well,
leave
not
it
in
open
our
at night.
neighbourhood.
Yeah.
It was a calm one. Yeah.
No, it's supposed to be terrible there now.
Yeah, it's terrible now. I don't even want to mention it.
Anyway, I think we've gone off on a tangent. So let us know how you feel about persevering. Do you persevere? Have you thought of giving up? We have millions of times that we carry on. I think you just have to, if you know that something's right for you. I think that's the key. If it's right for you, if you feel if it's right for you.
If you feel it, it's like the gut. That's what I was
the gut
saying. It's
instinct.
like, come on, you've got to do this, so you just do it.
Yeah, and sometimes you think...
You wonder why.
Actually, I was watching a really cute... It was a Netflix series. It was really cute. About this guy that wanted to be a football player, and in the end he kind of gave up because he couldn't make it. No one wanted him, but then he went on a basketball track and he said, "I don't want to go," but in the end he persevered and he went. And then the football coach actually saw him there and called him up afterwards. "I saw you playing basketball. Do you want to come and play football for us?"
Oh, wow.
So there is where he'd kind of given up on his dream of becoming a footballer, but
he went on a different...
He carried on kind of still playing sport and still being seen, and then just by fate, that happened.
By being in the right sort of place, in the right environment.
Just by carrying on, I suppose, persevering.
Well, if you give up completely and you close the door, you won't see any, you won't be in the world, you won't live your life.
No.
So, yeah, So yeah, don't close the door.
Keep the
windows open every now and again, and look and see what's out there. And yeah, maybe if your dream isn't that, possible at this moment in time,
it will be soon.
You can keep your foot in the door and don't close it, because you never know
what's to come.
Absolutely.
Thank you for listening, and please do join us on YouTube too, where you can see the video version. Thank you so much. Lots of love and smiles from the
English Sisters.
Bye-bye.